Good day, creative geniuses. Welcome. Welcome to my Wednesday Wisdom Window. I'm Suzanne Grace, CEO of Grace Inspire Sanctuary, where we come together once a week to have a new thought about this thing called life, to be inspired by a reading, taking breath together, yogic breath, just getting grounded. I could use that. How about you? Today is a cold and rainy day here in Northern California. It's winter. I don't know about wherever you are, but it's nice to have winter. You know, we're getting a lot of rain, which we need. So today I want to share, I did a book study almost 10 years ago of a book by Jean Houston, who's a really amazing person, author, visionary. Let me get the book here, called The Wizard of Us, based on the Wizard of Oz story, which we're all very familiar with, I think. And so I want to just share a little insight that I had, how this book can support us in this thing called life. And remember Glinda, the good witch? You know, there was a good witch and a bad witch. So the good witch, Glinda, said to Dorothy, "You've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself." Think about that. How often do I talk about that we have that within us, you know? So in The Wizard of Oz, I'm going to look at my notes here, courage is the major theme of both the book and the movie. And we often think mostly of the cowardly lion and his desire to acquire that attribute. But yet each of the characters on that journey display tremendous courage numerous times, and always in service to others. So we're all on a hero's journey. And being in integrity is following our path no matter what. And the power and the courage to do this comes from a deep knowing that the universe has your back. It does. So when you think of a courageous person, you might think about, well, somebody that runs into a burning building and saves someone, or, you know, a hero that way. Because those stories of courage really inspire us, don't they? But think about your own life and remember the times you were courageous in your own way. Maybe courageous in making a decision, courageous in speaking up, courageous in letting go of a career that just didn't work, or a relationship, or stepping into something new, being courageous in following your dream. In fact, we're courageous every time we step out of bed in the morning and go out the door, right? And often we refuse the call of doing something different because we fear the uncertainty, or, basically the uncertainty. So it takes courage to be our authentic self in this world. And even though the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz is afraid for his life, and he literally shakes in his fur. Remember that picture? He goes on. He goes on despite all odds. And that is the heart of courage. And the word courage derives from the Latin word cor, or the French cœur, meaning heart. So one could say that courage is a matter of heart. So quantum physics has discovered something that mystics have always known, that our perception of the universe actually evokes the very universe that is observed. So if we change the way we view the universe spontaneously reflects the change back to us because the universe is not separate from our perception of it. That means our creative imagination is truly spectacular and it affects every blueprint of reality. So we live in a quantum universe of open-ended potential each and every moment. Hear that? We are truly the wizards of this new era on Earth. And sometimes it just takes courage to have a new thought because we're so used to drama. I don't know about you, but we're so used to drama in our life and the way it's always been done, right? You know, I've heard that this idea of it's not the event that's upsetting, it's the way we process it. Yeah. Because when our subconscious mind gets it that it's safe to move out of an old belief, have the courage to do that, we are definitely set free. Yeah. So we all have this yellow brick road that we're going down. And are we tripping or are we skipping? So let's just take a moment to do our yogic breath practice together. And then I will do a little guided contemplation today. So if you're not driving, I invite you to feel your feet on Mother Earth. And let's just press our hands before we start. Press your hands into your thighs and lift up your shoulders. And let's just squeeze up tension consciously. Tense, tense, tense. And then, drop it. Ooh, yeah, drop it into the earth. Let it go. As we close our eyes, from our busy thinking mind, we drop into our feeling heart. Let's just tap our heart center with our fingertips. Yes. Heart chakra is the midway point between Mother Earth and Father Sky. So we know that we're safe right now. We're loved. We're here now. And then you can release your hand if you like. Just staying in that space. We'll take 3 yogic breaths in a moment, and we'll do the straw breath. So that is breathing in through the nostrils, that yogic ujjayi breath, and then slowly exhale through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw, and it doesn't even have to make any sound. So let's begin. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale through the nostrils, and slowly through the mouth, exhale. And again, in-breath from the belly, through the diaphragm, up to the heart chakra, expanding. Hold the breath a moment, and straw breath out. And one more yogic breath. Inhale, maybe with a smile this time. And straw breath out. And feel that quiet stillness. Yes, how good it is to just have a moment where we don't have to be anywhere, do anything. So with an open, receptive mind in this quiet place, I invite you to just bring to mind a challenging time in your past that you have overcome. And how did you show courage then? Remember the strength and the power you felt at that time, and really bring that feeling of that courage, that memory of it back into your awareness. Yeah, celebrate that you had the courage to overcome whatever that was. And this reminds your body and mind that you have been successful. And amplify those feelings that you once had, once that situation was resolved. And just, again, bring those feelings back into your awareness and just let them flood through your whole being. Courage. Yes. And now bring to mind a challenge or an issue that you may be facing currently. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's a financial or a relationship concern. Just pick one thing that might be a little challenging for you right now. Bring it to mind with no judgment. And just imagine it right in front of you as, quote, the problem. Now, imagine instead of you facing the problem, imagine the problem is looking at you. And not just little old you, but you as infinite intelligence, wise, unlimited powerhouse that you are. That problem is looking at a heart of courage, generosity, and one who stands for peace, compassion, and love. You. And that problem will run the other way because of your courage and power. Poof, it just disappears. Yes, take a deep breath. It is that simple. So let's affirm today. Today I choose to be courageous and appreciate my blessed life. Say that with me. Today I choose to be courageous and appreciate my blessed life. So just like in The Wizard of Oz, we can dare to enter that inner sanctuary of our own power, to walk past all the smoke and mirrors, pull back that curtain, and see who's really pulling all the controls, only to discover that we are each creating it all. The true wizard is you, is us. So right now, we're creating a new wavelength, a new journey, a journey of courage. And so take a deeper breath and come back as you open your eyes. So like Dorothy, you can flow with the winds of change rather than be buffeted by them, because we have resources and practices that you can step out of your front door and onto that yellow brick road of your own grand adventure, where anything is possible. So we grab that courage. What will you do with your marvelous brains, heart, and courage? Because you are the wizard, the creator, and the orchestrator. You are the hero of your own mythic journey. So thank you for being here with me today. Hi, Susie Bain. So happy to see you all the way from Oregon. Bless you. Pass this on to a friend who might benefit from hearing about gathering our courage. You know, I remember during COVID years ago now, I said to my yoga class, it takes courage to not fall apart. And it almost seems like that's come back around just because of the way our world is sort of looking. But what do we want to look at? So it takes courage not to fall apart, not to get frustrated, not to blame and shame, all of it. Blah. So wear your courageous heart today and every day. Thank you for being here. Pass it on. Namaste.